Hello, JuiceJitero here. We're here for another sweet, awesome, the best type of Jiu-jitsu cast ever. We're going to be watching a white belt match today. Two dudes, both wearing white gis as always, which will be a little bit confusing, but we can do the whole coloured white thing. Today, it's a good match. It does become a bit one-sided, but it's good. Let's get into it. Okay, here we are. The match doesn't start on standing. I was reading the description of the video and it said the camera autofocused, so they cut that bit out. That's okay. White belts just push each other when they're standing up anyway. But yeah, so we start here with a single leg, and our coloured friend here goes to the ground. Dude around the coloured belt is going to be coloured, and white is going to be white. He starts playing on the ground. Right now, sitting where he's sitting, I would like to see him grab the sleeves more than the triceps up here. When you're on the ground in a guard like this, you're probably not going to do much if you're grabbing the triceps. Whereas sleeves, you go to like a spider guard or a De La Riva or something. That's what I prefer him to see him do here. Because he's grabbing the sleeves, he's not able to control his opponent like at all, so he just sort of walks around him. You can see his opponent's got the white gi has the knee grabbed here, and he's pushing that through to make his pass a bit easier. And because this the guy on the bottom, the coloured gi, has he's only got the tricep grip, it doesn't really work out too well for him here. He's not able to keep his opponent away. They're doing it up in guard here. Not a whole lot to say here. Right now I'd like to see White go for a leg drag or something and hold onto this pant and then try and pass around this way. But they're both just like, he tries for it, but they both leave quite a lot of room there, so there's not too much that can happen. That was really cool from White. Watch what happens here as he grabs this leg. He does try to do the leg drag. As coloured stands up, sucks it straight in and goes for that single and puts him straight back down. That's another one of these cuts that they're having because it autofocuses. Apparently that's not good enough, but okay, if you're filming a jiu-jitsu video, just let it autofocus. It's okay. If you're watching it, you probably don't really care. Then they end up back in guard. He's Coloured's opening his legs quite easily here. It's not good. You can see his legs are closed now. White just puts one hand on the knee, one hand on the hips and the chest, and stands up and breaks his guard, which is not a good thing at all, really. He's sort of going for a De La Riva here, but it's White's doing a good job controlling these pants and making sure that White's not able to use his leg. That Coloured's not able to use his legs. And you can see there the problem with putting your hand up too high on the chest. You can see he's got this grip here, not really doing anything with this hand, that's just sort of sitting idly here, and not trying to break these grips on the feet and the leg. So White just breaks that grip there, pops it off, and then controlling the wrist, just steps out and walks around. And Coloured's not able to do a whole lot there. He starts raising his legs a bit higher, starting to threaten him a bit. But White's able to sort of really come around here and put a lot of pressure on him. White's doing a really good thing here with controlling these pants. I don't know if you can see that very well, but he's got his hand grabbing the pant leg right at the cuff. I think it's an illegal grip where he's got it, but he's doing a very good job with it, of passing it through and keeping his head down and his shoulder pressure down, and just really making sure that Coloured's unable to move. Does let go of that pant leg there, and he's able to come around into a nice side control. Coloured's doing well here. He's got his hand on the hip, hand on the throat, both very good positions when you're in a side control like this. It's exactly what you need to be doing. There was an opportunity for a half guard there, so right now I'd like to see Coloured on the bottom here, grab both of his hands and just push that knee in to the half guard. from White's perspective, I guess I might go for a knee ride first. Or when you go to mount like this and you can feel that their legs are sort of not really trying to grab you, you just got to throw that foot out quite wide. Yep, similar to that, but not quite going for the triangle, obviously, but you know, to really maintain that mount. And in a competition, I always say to get the mount before you go for the sub. 'Cause, yeah, 4 points is awesome. Right now, not really on in the way of triangles. You can see his legs aren't too deep here, but he can go for the armbar, which is the next sort of threatening thing coming in, or the omoplata there. Coming back into guard, Coloured's doing okay passing. He's got his knee to the mat here. Yeah, really keeping that leg pinned, keeping White's right leg pinned. I'd like to see this right leg from Coloured, you know, go across here and then use that to slowly pass through. Or he could stand up and go backwards. What he did there was entirely wrong. He grabs the pant leg here and then forces a hook right here, which is exactly what White wanted. And if I was Coloured, I would not be happy with that situation at all. Okay, now we've got a bit of an X-guard sort of thing going on, which is, I would consider, advanced for white belt. If you're going to be doing this in a competition, make sure this foot here does not go past their hip, or you'll be instantly DQ'd and you'll hate life. Good sweep there. Solid little X-guard sweep from White. We'll go back a little bit further. Yeah, so he sets it up. Right now I think Coloured is probably unsure of what's happening, just judging by his skills. But yeah, so the X-guard works well for him there. Nice little pop-off sort of leg drag thing there. Yeah, that was a very good move from White. Let's go back and watch it. So first off, he's breaking this grip straight away. His posture's a bit broken down, so he needs to break that grip to stand up better. And even without breaking that grip, he tries and then realizes he's got the space. So then he just grabs that heel and pulls it through and comes into a very nice side control attempt, but Coloured is moving around to get his guard back. At this point, I think, yeah, Coloured's sort of giving up a bit with his guard. You can see here, as he comes around, he doesn't really have any grips. He's got like the back of the knee here and the collar, which I wouldn't be too worried about from White's perspective. He snaps that grip off there, pops this grip off here. So all Coloured has right now is this foot and the thigh. Ideally, you'd like to see him swing around and get that hook in for a De La Riva, but he just sort of sits there. So pop one, pop two, and you can see here he's not really using this right leg at all, or even really pushing this left leg back in. So he gets leg dragged and knee ridden. I really think White right now, it should be really focusing on what he was doing before of grabbing that cuff and pushing that leg through, and that'll help him a lot with getting to a nice side control. Does a bit of a long step there. If he's stuck here, ideally you'd want to come around to north-south. If any time their leg is really getting in the way for you, you need to spin around to north-south and you'll be able to get your position, and you can move back into a side control and get your points when you're a bit happier with it all. You'd have points anyway because you passed guard. Okay, good. Right now is keeping his head low, keeping White Coloured very controlled. I'd like to see his left arm go across the hip onto the same side that his right arm's on, to really push that pressure down and really control Coloured right now. I think White's probably giving him a bit too much space to move in. Starts trying to set up a choke here. Good try, good idea overall. Coloured does turn into him though, and defends it a bit, but I think that was more White letting go of the choke than it was Coloured defending. We don't know what the score is for this match, but from what I'm watching, like he's passed the guard like 3 times, so he's gotten him out a couple of times. Like it's, White is winning at this point, as he should be. Oh no, my camera won't change. Cool. So he's back to mount now, really spreading him out here. Coloured's, what he wants to be doing is getting his arms in towards the knees, making sure that White can't ride up on him, as well as trying to start to shrimp out a bit and make sure that he can move around. Where White's arm is right now, right across his face, if I was in this position, I'd be grabbing that arm and really sucking it to my chest and removing that post for him. What he does need to worry about though is this arm is sort of coming up a little bit. I'd like to see him drop that elbow down and keep it tight around closer to his neck, and that's exactly the reason why White does grab it for an armbar here. He tries to grab it, but Coloured goes flat to his back and prevents that grip. Right now White is going very much for this armbar here. One thing he shouldn't really be doing is having his feet crossed and up this high on the head. Right now Coloured can use his hips and his chest. So when you're going for an armbar, you generally want to have one arm locking down the body, or one leg locking down the body, one leg locking down the head, and that's the best way to keep your opponent in. This is why. If you don't do that, they can use their hips and their chest a lot, which means they can put their foot in front of your face and just be generally annoying and painful. He's able to avoid it though. Right now I'd like to see him shuffle around a little bit and then dive this right leg through to try and break the grip, as well as straighten himself, or to get himself on the 90-degree angle. And you can see, because Coloured can use his hips, he's able to sit up a bit more, and his head's free now, and he can start working to get across collar and pass. He's trying to crawl over right now, which is working wonderfully. That's exactly what you want to see him do. Okay, he does tap here, and White's able to win. But right now, if you can get to here, you could do something like controlling the pants and going up to a knee ride using your right knee, and then sucking that arm out and really like pulling it out to make sure that they're not able to continue the armbar. Unfortunately, he does get caught again. Right now, he might be able to shuffle his legs around this way and come up in more of like a leg drag position, and he'll be able to rotate his arm from here to here and then suck it in, and he'll be okay and not getting armbarred. That is all today. I think Coloured, he has a few things to work on. You want to be able to work on your grips and making sure that when someone is in front of you, you want to have some good grips and make sure that they're not just able to come forward or just go straight backwards. You need to be using your legs as well to keep them away, or get a hook behind their heel or something and try to work a sweep. Just generally making sure that you're not on your back and they're just like walking around you and you're not doing anything. Always making sure you've got hooks in on something. You've always got a grip on something. John Will said to me once, he said, anytime you want to pass a guard, you need to control their legs. Anytime you want to keep someone or anytime you want to sweep, you need to control their hands. So that's the way that I look at it. So I guess focusing on that is what I want to see everyone do this week. Cool. This is my second last cast for the year. Next week I will do a show and commentary as normal. The week after I'm going to Europe for 5 weeks, so I won't be doing any commentary then. I'll put a link to my blog in the description for this video, and then you guys can check it out. Let me know what you think. Okay. Any videos or anything as well, just send them in and I will be happy to commentate them for you and do some analysis for you. Thanks. Any feedback from me? I had a comment 2-3 weeks ago. Give me a bit of feedback, which is awesome. If you've got any, I'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching.